No, ma'am.
Oh, I went started for you.
I'd like.
50 coffee?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect.
All right.
Thank
I
you.
will get the first one now.
Consistency. Good
How are
morning.
you today?
I am tired. My back is hurting, but I'm getting coffee. And you're always pleasant, so it's already a good morning.
Okay. Yeah, I was walking from the front to the back and I saw you and I was like, oh, I know what it was.
Yep, at least I'm consistent. At least I'm consistent. You too, will do. That lady is always ultra pleasant. Cold just squeezes the pee out of me. I don't know why. Oh. There's a lot of people that didn't want their personal business out there. But the thing is, when it affects my personal business, it's no longer their personal business. I still deal with the bias to this day. You can see how in the river, how the dynamics being stuck out here with, well, you've got junkies promise they'll help. These are basically on the streets. This is your equivalent of a fucking therapist. You go to the therapist because that's what you're told to go to. Well, you know what? When you're fucking abused, being fucking sent to a therapist is fucking bullshit. Because they don't do their jobs. When it comes to mandated reporters, yeah, those guys are on the list. They are mandated reporters. But y'all just don't get that. You don't get that when we're abused, when we try to go to the cops, they tell us to go to mental health. Mental health tells us to go to the cops. So we end up doing a bunch of running back and forth, wasting resources doing that. And if you're a male and you're homeless, nobody's gonna fucking care anyway. There's a lot of people that cared a lot more about me than most people would have in my situation. But that's just because I was good to everybody. They thought that ignoring the situation was help. That ain't help. You ignore a rapist, he's just gonna keep on raping people, you fucking morons. Anyway, you see how it works for a male. You just hurry up and wait and hurry up and wait. If you do talk to the cops, they blow you off, or they show up and threaten and harass and fucking intimidate you. go out of their way to fucking talk over you. It's fucking horse shit. I get told I just need to man up. When Natalie went to her friends to have them threaten, harass, and intimidate me, nobody considered that stalking. That was just asking for help because she's a poor, innocent female who can never do anything wrong because she's made of sugar and spice and fucking bullshit. She was on fucking drugs. I wasn't. But then you listen to her and you refuse to listen to me and pretend that I'm on fucking drugs. Then she's got drug-induced fucking psychosis going on. So she's basically fucking schizophrenic and delusional because she's on fucking drugs and trying to sell people lies for sympathy to get free fucking shit like we taught every female in America to do. And by the way, if you're not one of those females, thank you for not being like that. For those of you women who get busted going 38 and a 25, and you take your ticket instead of unzipping your blouse a little bit, I want to thank you for not perpetuating what exactly the problem actually is. We're expected to drop everything for women. That's where bias versus law, they just don't match up. The bias is that only white males can be racist. Only white men can be racist. Only men can be sexist. And that is simply not the case. We've gotten to see a lot more recently that predominantly female predators who we pretended did not exist before, who got away with it for years and years and years, because who would ever suspect a woman? Turns out that when it comes to sexual predation, women are a lot more likely to engage in it. Women are also a lot more likely to use such accusations when they don't get their way. And as we've seen on TikTok, Twitter, and all sorts of other places where we've actually got women who brag about doing so. One thing we've got now that's absolutely wonderful, though, is the ability to record. But what good is the ability to record if nobody is going to help you to turn that shit in? If nobody is going to speak up, if people are going to give you empty promises, or of course, rather than find out what's going on, they're going to tell you what to do based on their fucking ignorance. In 6 years, you have any idea how many of my pretendy friends who claimed, yeah, Sean, if you ever need help, I'll be there. Are you sure? Are you sure you'll be there? A lot of people are dead. A lot of people I personally know. A lot of people I personally know are missing. Looks like we got somebody typing on here. It's someone calling themselves schizophrenic. wants to know, why do I talk about her and was a person of interest? I talk about her because I'm abused over her fucking slander, because she was on drugs. I'm still being abused over that slander. That's why I talk. Oh, why did I talk to her? I talked to her because she was a grown-ass goddamn adult who was my friend when I really needed a fucking friend. That's why I talked to her. Before that, I talked to her because I wanted her to go away. I wanted her to stay away from me. I'm not a real big fan of being anywhere near kids. When you're in the homeless community in a place like Boulder, Colorado, it gets real dirty real quick. This person types, "You are insane. Why are you still talking about her?" Well, because I'm still being abused over this. Because I have never been allowed to face my accusers or show evidence, and I still have people like this guy harassing me, making multiple accounts over and over and over again, just like Natalie and her friends were doing before she got killed. Just day harassing me and threatening me, including sex offenders like Tim Beeson. This dude calling himself schizophrenic typed, "If you got all this evidence, you would have been in court by now." No, the fucking term mentally ill prevents me from having any fucking rights unless someone gives a shit. But on the bright side, I'm gonna block you as soon as I'm done answering these few questions. He also typed, "You talked to her when she was 13. No, she sold fucking drugs for her dad when she was 13. Big fucking difference. Talking to somebody is not a crime, you fucking nut job. All right, next one. It says, "Get off YouTube then." Make me, bitch. And the great thing about this person is that I can just hit this magic little button here. All right, let me make sure I do it. I'd user on this channel. You see how easy that is? People make a lot of accounts to harass me on YouTube, and people pretend like if I get off of YouTube, that magically that'll end all of my problems. No, I have real problems, you fucking twits. You fucking stupid goddamn fucking cunt rag snatch ass fucking whores. You fucking sellouts. You fucking bitches. Do you like that string of curse words? Oh, people don't like that. How dare Sean curse? People are allowed to assault Sean. They're allowed to threaten to kill him and his family. But how dare he curse? How dare he curse? On the bright side, I know who the assholes are, and I know how easy it is to just fucking get rid of them. You know, I'm well aware of how to make some pretty extensive explosives out of household materials. But I don't go blowing everybody up. I'm a pretty decent shot. But I don't go running around shooting everybody. I've been trying to get this taken care of in court, and you know what? Without help, I get blown off. Without people giving a shit to actually speak up. And that's the thing with all these people who claim that they were going to help me. Did they ever speak up? Did they ever go in with me or make calls with me to the police or to the courts? As far as turning this shit in, people made a minimal fucking effort. By minimal, I mean non-existent. There were a few people who eventually eventually went in with me, and you know what? The dynamic would have been okay. But then when you're working with people who use your money to go on vacation when they're supposed to show up and help you, and they're not helping you, and they're not looking at that stuff, and they claim that they would, and they claim that they would, and you spend all of what you have to get that help, and you get taken advantage of. That is not okay. Not only did Stephanie Mejia make more problems for me, she made a lot more problems for me. Now, if she wanted to get away from her husband, she could have just said that. The fact that she was going to help me and then she spent all of her time there almost fucking with Ventus. Like, holy shit, could we please allow the lady who came here to help me to actually help me? Instead, it's Ventus feeding her all this fucking and telling her how all other men are trying to control her. Like, dude, you're fucking feeding her drugs and alcohol so you can fuck her. Are you fucking shitting me, dude? Holy hell. Now, I am an advocate of assisted termination of life. I wholeheartedly believe that Natalie Bollinger should have been able to walk into a suicide booth, press a button, and have her life be over. I wholeheartedly believe that I should have had the same thing. There still should be something like that somewhere for us, because look at all of the resources. Look at all of these professionals that I have called that are getting paid money to do a job, and none of them are doing it. We got another person making a Ativan account. This guy's been doing this for about 5 years now. What do we do with these assholes? You know it. We take a screenshot and then hide user on this channel. Good luck doing that in real life. What the police keep trying to tell me, and all these other places keep trying to tell me, is all wrong. If you have people who work together to deprive you of your rights, then yes, you can turn in all of them because they work together. They worked in concert with one another. That is called conspiring, and it is against the law. Conspiring to deprive somebody of their rights. To gaslight somebody like this. And you know what? None of these people want to fucking hear it. None of my supposed friends wanted to hear it either. They wanted to pretend like if they looked the other way and ignored it, then it would eventually not be a problem, and that they'd go back to utilizing me whenever they fucking needed something and nobody would fucking help them. Jesus Christ, there's a reason nobody helps them. There's a reason I am the only person who helps any of these fucking pieces of shit. Unless you want to count prostitution, because many of these people, yeah, they'll fucking have sex for a place to stay. They'll have sex for drugs. They'll have sex with somebody for whatever help they happen to need. I mean, I know plenty of single mothers and single fathers who are having sex with people that they think are gross, nasty, and ugly. But at least their kids aren't out in the fucking cold. Ugh. Some of them ended up with extra kids having sex with ugly people. fucking too cold. Oh. And McDonald's doesn't have a bathroom. And the cold squeezes the piss out of me. God, this is pleasant. Anyway, when it comes to assisted termination of life, I'm 100% for it. And I believe that it should be allowed for anyone. I think psychological damage of finding somebody's corpse in your house with their head blown off is bad. It'd be nice if you, not giving a shit about that person in their lifetime, but the trauma of finding their fucking corpse is too much for you to handle. So maybe you should allow us a place where we can fucking die with dignity, you pieces of shit. If you don't love us enough to even find out what's going on, don't fucking pretend. Don't tell me you love me. Don't pretend that you actually care about me, because you've shown time and again you don't. And if you don't, then why the fuck are you wasting my time? There's a lot of bad people in this world, and I know quite a few of them myself. Everything that I have been doing is to try to get a fucking honest day in court. But when you're called mentally ill, nobody fucking listens. Nobody listens. You have to have somebody there in your corner who knows what the fuck is going on. But how the fuck is anyone gonna know what's going on when nobody listens? Sean, have you tried going to the Social Security office? Only about 1,000 fucking times. How about you get familiar with the fucking situation instead of asking 10,000 questions? Because your questions will be fucking answered without you having to ask them if you fucking listen. But the more you interrupt, especially when it's such a complicated situation, the more you interrupt, the more complicated it's gonna get, and the more lost you are going to fucking get. Most human beings, both male and female, have visual memories. Yes, you remember concepts, but you have a visual memory. When you read a book, it translates visually in your imagination, does it not? Or is it just words? When you read the word boat, do you not imagine a boat? When they write down a description of an item, say a rowboat with red oars, maybe it's an orange lifeboat with plastic floating oars. But once they start writing it down on that piece of paper, and you look at that piece of paper, you get a visual memory of those words, but also the translation in your mind of your own personal movie, basically. Your own version of it. A lot of people, when they say, hey, you know, where do I go? You give visual landmarks. You'll see the Tillamook Sporting Goods on the right. Just go a little past that. On your left-hand side is going to be the Fred Meyers. 2 easy landmarks. All right, well, there's mountains to the east and to the west. So those landmarks may not be the best ones to pick in an area like this. But if you're in, say, Boulder, Colorado, then saying the mountains are to the west is a true statement. And it's a good visual landmark. It's a good descriptor. A lot of people don't like skin color. Well, I don't like racism. But skin color is a good descriptive. If you've got an area where you've got Hispanic folks and you got, well, folks from all over the world. You got folks from Asia who are obviously of Asian descent. You got people from Europe who are of European descent. You got people from Africa of African descent, and so on. Now, to hate any of these individuals based on the skin color or how close their genetic lineage is to the equator, we just got to identify them as human beings, same as us. But here in the United States, very much and very often we don't. There's no bathroom here. Oh, there's one. Let's go see if it's open. It probably ain't. A lot of these places are afraid to have their bathrooms open at night because of, you get someone on heroin like Natalie, gets into an argument with her fucking current penis, wants to leave but still wants to get fucked up and feel sorry for herself. You might find her some morning dead in one of these fucking porta potties because it just happened to be a place where she could get fucked up. No, there's a lock on it. I'm gonna get out and make sure because if there is a lock on it, it's a tiny fucking padlock. It might just be the shape of the handle on it because it's not very big. If that is an acceptable bathroom, I'm gonna fucking use it. We got a lot of people that got away with doing what they were doing by making false claims. When it comes to stalking, Natalie and her friends stalked me, not the other way around. Yep, that is a padlock on it. So, on the bright side, I can end this video and go find a nice quiet corner of a parking lot, put up my blinds, and urinate. I gotta